Hello everyone, welcome back to the 100% race distance, of course, driver career here on F124. We're in the Netherlands this time around for a fully dry weekend, other than the race, which as you can see there above me, just up here, is mixed conditions, sunshine and rain for the Grand Prix here. So, annoyingly, it's not showing me what the weather looks like at present, so we'll have to wait till we get into the practice session to see exactly what the weather is going to do. How much rain, how much sunshine. But after really indifferent results recently, fantastic result at Spa last time out on the back of frustrating results in Hungary and Great Britain. So, spoilers incoming for the Belgian Grand Prix if you missed it. Feel free to go and watch that video now. I'll give you a couple of moments, and now I'm going to spoil it. We managed to finish on the podium in third in Belgium. Remarkable result there. Of course, we got the P4 in Austria as well, which was very hard fought. But in Great Britain, we were not at it. And in Hungary, we were about 12th or 13th until George Russell decided to bin it. Safety car came out and that changed everything, and we were able to get a good solid points finish. We're hoping for points here in Zandvoort as well. It's a track that really has a flow to it, kind of similar to Imola in that regard, but not great for overtaking at Zandvoort. So despite 2 DRS zones, so we're going to have to make sure we qualify as best we possibly can and then race as hard as possible to ensure that we get a good result. The car is improving on the R&D charts, although everyone else is improving also and still continually. It's our powertrain that sees us that high up. The chassis and the aero department still not very good, so we're probably still around about V-Carb and Sauber at present. Not really on par with Mercedes, Aston Martin and Ferrari. Ferrari, of course, a team that have come in for us with a secret meeting. We're waiting for that to develop as the season goes on. I'm going to go and put my specialists on, dive into practice, get some more resource points, and then I shall see you after practice as we head into qualifying. I will ask you to drop the video a like, though, if you're enjoying the save so far. I'd appreciate it very much. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. And come and join me on stream, and you'll see every lap of every session live and in the flesh. Links down below to Twitch and to the YouTube live streaming channel. Right, okay. Off to the beach we go. The Zandvoort track literally right next to the seaside. Practice session's done. We're more Hungary-esque than Spa-esque, I think, here. 390 resource points now, of course, because in the last race weekend we unlocked an extra 30% from our resource point gain from our practice programs with one of the specialists. So that will help us longer term here at Ferrari. At Haas, before hopefully a move to Ferrari for next season. Getting ahead of myself there. Ferrari might actually end up not interested in me by the end of the proceedings, but we hope to be moving to Ferrari at the end of this season. We'll wait and see how things pan out. But in quali, again, hoping to get out of Q1, but not expecting to get through Q2. Oh, snap. Oi, oi, oi.
The session's now ended, but continue your flying lap. This is your last chance to set a time. Come on.
We are gaining time on our second run here, although that time is decreasing. But it's P17 only in qualifying. But we know why. Because this mug, after practice and before qualifying, forgot to put his fresher engine parts in. So I was running there with a 61% worn power unit, 50% worn turbocharger, etc, etc. So there is more pace in the car. Starting P17, or rephrase, qualifying P17, but what I'm going to do is change my parts and take the opportunity to actually gain a fresh part in a couple of areas as well. I won't do the whole lot because that's not realistic to just get a brand new thing of everything. But I will get a fresh 2 or 3 components and just take the grid pens, replace the other worn with less worn. We will start 20th, but hopefully with the capability, with strategy and fresher engine parts to move significantly further forward. There is the weather then. So starts dry, rains for a bit, then dry again later in the Grand Prix. It shouldn't rain for that long. And you can see 60% ICE, 43% MGUK, 62% MGUH, 49% energy store, 55% turbo, 48% gearbox. Idiots, Ches. We will take the pain in a couple of different areas, and unfortunately just have to take that on the chin. New MGUK, less worn ICE. And there's really not much between the control electronics at all, but we might as well do it if we're changing everything. There's 8 laps between those two. I will take a fresh energy store. That's the only new component we'll take at this stage. And hopefully, from P20, we can actually move a little bit further forward. Right. Unsurprisingly, Max Verstappen on pole at his home Grand Prix, a 109.4 for him. Very strong around Zandvoort. Lando still P2 and will challenge him. Max, of course, retired in the last Grand Prix. No, retired 2 Grand Prix ago. Started outside the points in the last Grand Prix, but did finish with a half-decent points finich at Spa. Ricardo starts P10. Hamilton 8th only. Kevin P12, which is a decent start for Kev. Certainly can challenge for some points from there. Am I the only one to take a penalty? I start P17. I'm definitely taking penalties, though. I should be taking penalties. It's maybe not registered my penalties? I should be starting 20th. I'm not. I've gotten away with that. I've put fresh units in the car, and it's not making me take the grid pen. That is fortuitous, to say the least. A handful starting on the mediums, actually. I'm not sure whether to go medium soft soft or soft medium soft. I might go soft medium soft, actually, if I'm completely honest. But we'll wait and see what happens. And to be fair, actually, might as well start on the softs, because it's going to rain relatively early on. So might as well save the mediums for later, and maybe the mediums could take us to the end after the rain, perhaps. We will definitely start on the soft tyre. I just saw raindrops on the formation lap. Wow. The rain wasn't falling on the weather prediction until the 3rd block of weather, but it is definitely raining here on the formation lap. Now, we know that I should be starting last, so what I'm going to do is purposefully drop to the back right at the start. I don't want to take advantage of a game bug. I know I should be starting 20th, so I'm going to put myself 20th because I have the capability to do that, and then we'll race from there. I don't want to take advantage of a bug in the game, so I'm going to pull over here and then go. Right, I'm last, which is where I should have started, and now we'll try and make some positions again. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! Carlos Sainz straight on at turn 1. Immediate drama here at Zandvoort. What happened to Carlos? Did he just lock up? He's here on the outside. Started 6th or 7th perhaps, and it's just locked up into turn 1 and gone straight off. Well, I was 20th, not 20th anymore. Carlos Sainz's race is over before it's begun. He's going to have to rely on a lot of strategy to get him back through the field now. I got a warning for a collision with Zhou Guanyu there. I did catch the back of the car, but only very lightly as they all concertinaed up through the hairpin. Going to have to rely on a lot of battery in this Grand Prix, I feel. But we'll try my best to make as many positions as possible. If it doesn't rain enough to warrant going to intermediate tyres, although I do believe it will do, then we will go soft, medium, soft with our strategy on the dry tyres. I can't actually see any rain at the moment. I think the rain, it spat for a bit, and now the rain has stopped. I'm going to go the inside of Zhou Guanyu here, and he's going to have the inside line. I'm going to try and hang it around the outside, maybe even try and get Logan Sargent on exit if I can. I can't, but I have got Zhou Guanyu. We're up to P18. No, there's rain drop. Okay, so the rain is here. It's just not coming very quickly. I'll ask about the weather now and see what he says.
So this rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
Okay, so it is raining. The question is, how heavy will it get? How long will it last? Will we need intermediate tyres? If we do, can we time the change to the wet weather tyre just right to ensure that we gain on everyone else? We'll try. There are positions to be made with double stacks and with cars doing extra laps if they elect to not double stack. Kevin was P12, is still running around about that position, I think. So
battery charge is high.
We'll try and get ourselves gapped properly to Kevin, so if we do double stack, we lose as little time as possible. But I might try and dip a lap earlier than Kevin. We'll see what happens. DRS active though here. So the FAA believe that it is not raining hard enough to warrant deactivating DRS at this moment in time. And I would agree, still very much plenty of dry weather tyre grip at the moment. A little bit wide there. Have to use a bit of battery to try and keep up with Logan Sargent. Might even use a bit more battery to try and get past Logan Sargent, although with DRS on the car in front and the Williams being very quick in a straight line, we're not going to have the opportunity to make a pass yet. Oh, God! Just went on me there, the rear. Side by side with Carlos Sainz now. And back down to P20. That's all it took. One little loss of traction at the rear of the car.
We're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
Round she tried to go, didn't actually go, but okay. The rear end of this car right now, not very stable it seems. Don't know whether my tyres are hot, my tyres are cold. They're all about the right temperature. But for whatever reason, we're getting large snaps of oversteer right now. Which are not necessarily conducive to forward moving through the field. We'll do what we can though. If we get the pit stop right, then we could certainly jump a handful of cars here. We're going to have to make sure we get the pit stop right though. Is Carlos going to have a look at Zhou Guan Yu? Not on this occasion. Have a look up the inside of Carlos Sainz here. Oh, that is a lunge, but it's a lunge that we've pulled off to perfection. Holy moly, there was not much of a gap there to go through, but through it we went. Zhou Guan Yu now the next target.
You made it look so easy.
Genuinely, actually, that was a bit of a great move. I wonder if we can get a bit of a thumbnail of that. Here we go. Hop the inside. I bet that looked fantastic on the TV camera if it's got the right angle for it. Oh, that was very close to the back of Carlos Sainz, wasn't it? DRS is still active here as we head on to lap 5. Someone's making a move in front. They're all backing up here. There's definitely some opportunities to be had if I can keep the rear in check. It might not rain any harder than this, and the track might not get any wetter than this. Not quite alongside Zhou Guan Yu enough there to make that move.
Too slow and burn them out. Make the best of it for the time being.
Same move again. Hi, Zhou. Take 2. Back to P18. Same move works on Carlos Sainz. Same move works on Zhou Guan Yu. DRS still enabled, so the FIA still don't think it's ready, or we're in a position for intermediate tyres yet. We're not far away though, I don't think. I'd go as far as to say I think the tyre temperatures are probably coming down, and the track, as you can see, spots are forming on my visor or on the camera. So we're really not far away from the crossover point, or the point where... That's why you don't use your battery going around that banked curve, because that happens. Not going to be long. Not going to be long. Feel free to leave that in the video, Chris. Go on, nearly did it again. Not going to be long before intermediate tyres, I don't think, as Brad subscribes for the 7th month. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it, mate. We shall celebrate your subscription by not crashing again for the rest of this Grand Prix. Front runners not in. Neither Red Bull electing to go into the box. I am going to pit this lap for intermediate tyres. So when we come then, intermediate tyres, we feel like it's the right decision to do this now.
Go. Perfect job from you and the crew.
We'll keep an eye on temperatures, we'll keep an eye on gaps.
Now, you want to finish the race on this compound.
But we're expecting this intermediate tyre to come into its own within the next couple of laps. Hopefully we can get it up to temperature relatively quickly and then make some positions. See what the Red Bulls do as they come round. Everyone's continuing on for the time being. DRS disabled. I wonder if that next group will actually go in now.
Wait for further updates.
No one's in yet. No one is in yet. Gaps are dropping. At least the gap to Sainz is dropping. We'll see what the gap's doing to the others. A Red Bull is in. One of the Red Bulls is in. As is the Mercedes and one of the McLarens as well. They're changing over now.
The radar showing a clear patch on its way. There's about 10 more minutes of this rain. Okay, Kevin's in for his stop.
We've made the call. We're going to try and do as much as we can with regards to undercutting as many cars as possible here. Haven't really been able to utilise my battery that much because it's been so slippy underfoot, so to speak. Can we take any positions here and gain back what we lost by pitting? Seemingly yes. They've got the inside line here. There's Gasly in P15 and we are going to get out ahead of Pierre Gasly. So we're just up to P15 after that round of pit stops. So we called it right. We've made some time, we've made some positions.
Don't forget, you've got more control than ever over your EOS mode, so play around with them in your MFD.
Right, who's got the pace in the wet? That's the question. Who's going to be the one to make the most of these conditions? Gaps in front are growing, I think. Alonso and Tsunoda.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.5 seconds.
Yellow flag in front.
Okay,
So McLaren's had an incident, whether they've gone straight on at turn one or whether they've collected someone coming out the pits.
They seem to have an issue.
Alex Albon has a bit of an issue as well, but unfortunately he's behind us, so he's not actually going to earn us a position by having that problem, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Still, the gap to Tsunoda and Alonso is about the same. So we're not really gaining any time here, we're not really losing any time either. So as others have made their pit stops, with staggered stopping, some drivers having to do an extra lap.
8.0 seconds.
Some drivers having to do an extra lap, electing to do that rather than double stack.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
Yeah, and we've actually moved up to P12 now. So we are edging slightly closer to the points. The gap to Alonso's coming down right now because he and the two McLarens are stuck behind a V-carb, which will be Daniel Ricciardo, because Yuki's the one that we're chasing.
2.3 seconds.
The gap to Yuki is also coming down, as we seem to have just a little edge on pace on him at the moment, and Gasly's sticking with about 1.2 seconds. Gap to Albon is growing significantly because he's got an issue that we heard about on the radio not that long ago. So he's holding up everybody else behind him. Carlos Sainz still struggling to make his way out of that group. So at the minute, if we can find some pace on the dry tyres when the rain stops, points are potentially available for us today if we can. K-Mag is actually running very high right now. Kevin might even be top 5 here. I think Kevin is... Whoops, steady. I think Kevin is top 5 here. He's P5. Go on, lad. We'll go mediums at the next stop, see if they'll take us to the end. Some might elect to go hard to the end, but I don't think that's the right call. Those two drivers that started, or two or three drivers that started the race on the mediums, might actually end up going back to that same medium set, or they'll run a fresh set of hards and a set of softs, I think, or they might just try and take the hards to the end, but not having that medium set is going to screw them over, I think. I don't believe Kevin was one of them. Kevin started on the soft, so it should be, once the track goes back to dry, it should be a relatively simple medium soft stint from there, but as ever, we'll play it by ear, one lap at a time, but the gap to Alonso is coming down now as they're continually stuck behind Daniel Ricciardo there. Kevin looks like he's actually thinking about making a move on Sergio Perez for P4 right now. Go on, Kev, lad. The rain has almost stopped now. In fact, in the process of saying that sentence, the final raindrop may well have fallen. So I don't think this lap, but maybe next lap, we'll be back to dry tyres. We've got medium set as our next tyre. Maybe this lap? Temperatures are going up. I'm boxing this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
My inters are getting hot. We are boxing this lap for a set of medium tyres. No one's in yet. This could really change the game. I didn't want to take too much of a risk, but you can tell from the tyre heat, it's got to be the right call. In we come again. Time for pit stop number 2.
Right, I'm afraid we didn't quite meet our targets there, but don't worry about it. Get your head down and chin up, and let's focus on the rest of this race.
Medium tyres, please. I go. Still a bit wet in the pit lane.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. That was a fantastic stop.
I hope we've not taken that decision too soon.
Stop once now. One stop left.
Mediums to soft is the plan. Chat were begging me to pit. And with my intermediate tyre heating and overheating, I felt like it was the right decision. I don't have much grip here. We might have gone a lap too soon.
We're both on a 2-stop strategy, but they still have another stop to make. Get past if you can, but don't overdo it, because they'll be coming in soon.
Try and get the tyres up to temp. Grip is coming back to me as the tyres warm here. Still not great, but I don't feel like I'm slipping about any more than I was on the worn inters. Losing time. They're all in the box now, but
we're both on a 2-stopper here.
I feel like we've lost too much time.
Stop to make. Let's see if you can get past, but don't overdo it, because they're going to be coming into the pit soon.
I think we're going to get overcut by Pierre Gasly here.
Kevin's in the pits.
We made the call. 1 lap too soon, I think. We've lost about 1.5 seconds on Logan Sargent since we boxed. Everyone else is boxing now as well. DRS now enabled, and some of them are going to hard tyres.
Okay, gap ahead, 4.0 seconds.
Back to P14 here. There might still be some on intermediates that are yet to pit to avoid the double stack. Both Red Bulls are still out, actually. I think no, one Red Bull boxed. I'm not sure, actually. I really don't know. Either way, we've gone from P12 to P14.
The hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound.
We were ahead of Pierre Gasly by about a second. We're now behind Pierre Gasly by 4. We definitely boxed 1 lap too soon. But now I believe they're going to try and take those hard tyres to the end of the race. Whereas we're going to be medium soft to the end of the race from here. We're doing 1 extra pit stop. And hopefully that will actually work out in our favour. If we're on brand new softs, when they're on very worn hards, then we might make a shed load of time up on them.
That's Gasly ahead, and gap to the car in front, 4.1 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards.
Yeah, not stopping again. They're all going to try and take those hard tyres 50 laps plus. We're up to P13 past Zhou Guanyu now. The gap to Fernando, to be fair, actually isn't that much bigger than it was pre-pit stop. So we'll see if we can catch Pierre Gasly, who's quite a bit of battery, but these medium tyres hopefully should have the edge on the hard runners. We'll see what the wear on the mediums is like. And if the wear is okay, we feel like we just split this stint 50-50 and do 2 medium stints, then I'll go for it. Although I do feel like maybe trying to extend this medium stint and then doing a soft stint might get us to the end slightly quicker. But it wants me to box 41 for a set of new hards, which I really, quite honestly, don't want to do. When did we put these mediums on? That's what I want to know. We put these mediums on lap 18. So 72, 52, 54. Half of 54, 27. So we want to do 27 laps on this set and 27 laps on another medium set. 27 laps from lap 18 is 38.45. If we can get to lap 45 and these tyres are still fine, then we will put another set of medium tyres on. If we get to lap 45 and these tyres are actually great, then we'll go a little bit further and put some softs on. Decision made. Alonso's getting past Tsunoda now, up in front. Kevin is in between the McLarens at the moment, but will be coming back towards us, I'm sure, in the not too distant future. Carlos Sainz is past Albon behind, so Sainz has been able to go from P20 to P14 thus far after his lock-up at turn 1, lap 1. Actually, the gap to him is growing for us now, and the gaps in front are coming down, but obviously that's because of our tyre compound. Not sure at this moment in time whether we've actually made the right decision to go for the extra stop. But we might as well do something different. There's no point just putting on the same tyre as everyone else and then hoping for the best. Might as well be proactive and try something different. That's exactly what we're doing. We'll find out in 48 laps worth or so whether we've done the right decision or not. Pretty much matched Max's fastest lap of the race. He did a 13.3 something, I did a 13.3 something. So we're up there with one of the fastest, as the probably second fastest car on track right now. It's just a case of can we earn back a pit stop's worth of time. As the points are directly in front of us now. Kevin is holding up everybody else. He's currently running about P7 or 8, I think. And we're gaining on the whole gaggle of them because Kevin doesn't have the pace right now, whereas we currently do. It does say I'll come out last if I box right now. Obviously at the very end of the race we should be so much faster on a set of soft tyres, or even just as another set of medium tyres, that we can comfortably gain back quite a bit of time. But once we catch this group, if we're to make the most of this strategy, we are going to have to get through them as quickly as possible. And obviously if we're the only ones that stop again, then we'll also be challenging for fastest lap, or taking fastest lap at the end of the race. Whether we're in the points to get the extra point for it or not remains to be seen. By the minute, we are close to, if not the fastest car on track. Still about half a tenth slower than Max. But you can quite clearly see how the gaps in front are closing right now. Rather than just looking at the delta, we're now looking at the back of other cars. At the moment, if a safety car comes out, it's mediums to the end. I've got another set of fresh mediums. We're within DRS range of Pierre Gasly now. Alonso's getting past Kevin in front. That's a purple third sector. Now that we've got DRS as well, the two V-carbs are fighting each other hard. We have to clear this traffic. We want points today. We have to clear this traffic. ASAP Rocky. Our race begins now. Just as my team want me to clear Pierre Gasly as fast as possible. That's the aim, lads. That's the aim. That's what we're trying to do. And, well, we've made a couple of moves into this next right-hander already today. And I think we're going to make another one. Favourite overtaking spot of the race weekend so far. Zhou Guanyu, Carlos Sainz, Pierre Gasly, it doesn't matter who you are. We're strong into that right-hander. Now then, 2 V-carbs and we're in the points. Daniel looking at Yuki. Yuki going defensive, Daniel taking Yuki. They might force each other wide or slow. Both, as the case may be. Yuki's going to get the position back. Daniel's forced offline. We'll have the inside line for the hairpin. We're past Daniel Ricciardo. Little bit of contact, but no damage to either car. And now Yuki is the target, and then we're on to our teammate 2.6 seconds down the road. That gap was 8.2. It's now 2.7. That shows you the pace we have on the medium tyre over the others in these early stages of the stint. And as the hard tyres get more and more worn, and when we put fresher tyres on later in the race, our speed compared to them will be just exponentially bigger. We are definitely, although we're going to have to make a lot of overtakes to make it happen. Thank you, Yuki. We are definitely on for points today. We're in the points now. Yuki Tsunoda has quite literally handed us that position. Thank you, Yuki. See you, pal. Ta-ta. Right behind Kevin now. So we'll have DRS down the main straight. Might have to save a bit of fuel, you know, before the end. Although as the car gets lighter, we should use less of it per lap. Try and take Kevin into turn 1. Is he going to go defensive? Yes. Very defensive, in fact. So defensive that I actually can't get past him. So I had such a tight angle into turn 1 there that it's cost me time. Kevin, we're on different strategies, pal. Team orders, mate. Come on now, let me through. Got Fernando Alonso to try and close down, and time to make up here. If we want a double points finish for Haas for the second race in a row, you need to move, mate. You need to let me through. You already know what I'm thinking. Although there is still half a second between us. I don't know if I'm going to be close enough here for a lunge. I'm not. I am going to get DRS down this next bit of the track. Can't afford to lose too much time behind Kevin here. Really can't. It's going to have to be main straight again if possible. It's cost us at least 2 tenths to Fernando Alonso already, if not more so. Come out 19th if we box now. We're obviously not thinking of boxing yet. I'm going to go outside line this time if he goes defensive. She's done, so I'll go around the outside this time. Make it stick. Make it stick. It's stuck. That's P9. Time to try and close on Alonso, although at the minute my main objective is gapping everyone else behind. We want to try and get ourselves back to where we are now by the end of the race.
Caution.
Yellow flag. It's Fernando Alonso, I think. No, it's a little bit further up. It's one of the group. One of the group with our teammate in it. It's the other Ferrari. Charles Leclerc is retiring from this Grand Prix. That's a free position. He's out. He's pulled across to the left-hand side. DNF Charles Leclerc. There he is. And there's the smoke. His engine has gone pop. And that will earn us a free position. Now P8 and P9 for Haas. Well, we asked Twitch chat 45 mediums or 50 softs. And with a little bit of discussion back and forth, we've ended up going 48 mediums. So we've extended the mediums a little bit further. We're going to box now and put on another set of medium tyres. And then from there, hopefully, make as many positions as possible. Back to, hopefully, as close to P8 as we can get. Maybe make a little bit more. I need a good pit stop. We've had a good pit stop. All right, here we go then. Off we go. I could ask about gap to teammate, actually.
Right, the gap to the
17 seconds.
17.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. They're in 9th place. Time last lap, 1:13.2.
17 seconds to gap to Kevin. And 23 laps to try and close it. Kevin's actually right with Carlos Sainz, so that's where we were. Can we do it? That's the question. A little bit more spice rather than just lapping on the hard tyres with everybody else. A little bit more to do in the Grand Prix, a little bit more content. We'll see if actually it works out, but we've clearly gained by 1.5 seconds or more on Yuki and Alex Albon in the last lap, so that bodes well. Actually not that far ahead of Max Verstappen right now. Max is the next car behind us, so he's coming through to try and lap everybody, but we're going to be fast enough now to be far enough away from him that we don't get lapped. Hopefully, by the end of the race, he makes his way past everybody up to and including the car directly behind us. This is unlikely at this stage. And then we're able to just ease off, let him through and save a lap and not need to worry about fuel. But we are definitely going to have to worry about fuel, I think. We'll try and make a double overtake here if we can, which is not going to happen. Or if there was a bit more space on the inside, it could have done. Tsunoda and Albon fighting hard. We set the fastest lap of the race, so if we can get into the points, we will get an extra point for that. Unless, of course, someone else sets another faster lap between now and the end of the race. Oh, the pace difference is so vast here. Not really any room there, Yuki. Getting his elbows out. I can appreciate it. Not going to help him, though. Bye, Yuki. See you, pal. Let's go and get Alex now as well. We can with good traction out of this corner here.
Okay.
ERS and DRS. Can I nip up the inside before the right-hander? Or around the outside at the left-hander? Yes is the answer. That's P12. Off we go again. Purple first sector, purple second sector. Gaps closing in front quite significantly. And another fastest lap of the race. We're into the 111s. As the fuel burns off, we're getting significantly quicker and quicker and quicker. Although, at the minute, too much fuel is burning off. And I am going to have to save fuel at the end of the race. It's just a case of how far can I get before I start saving fuel? Can I still maximise the potential finish and get defensive at the end whilst saving the fuel I need to? At the moment, Max is the next car behind me, so if we find ourselves in a position where we're not going to make any more positions, then I can just drop back, get myself lapped, and not need to worry about the fuel. But we're going to need Max effectively, really, to follow us through by the end of the race to do that. At the minute, I don't know how confident I am of actually catching K-Mag and Carlos Sainz. I don't need to know the gap to the car ahead. What I really need to know is the gap to my teammate. It was 16.1 last time we checked, 13.2. I'm not sure that's closing by enough.
Old hard tyres. They're in 9th place. Your last lap time, 1:13.3.
I think we might be looking at a P10 here at best. DRS Ranger Pierre Gasly. You'll notice at the bottom, my fuel gauge is now showing in yellow. We are currently going to run out of fuel before the end of the race.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 12.0 seconds.
12 seconds to Kevin, with 15 laps to go. Can I get as far as Carlos Sainz and Kevin Magnussen, get in front of them, and then save enough fuel to make it to the end of the race? It's going to be a hell of a challenge. But you can quite clearly see the pace advantage we have over these hard runners now. Oh, I don't know if it's possible, you know. Ooh, I really don't know if it's possible.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
I might try maybe get in front of Daniel, then save some fuel, and then go again. That might be the play. And maybe we can make it if there's enough laps. This should be pretty comfortable to get past Pierre Gasly down the straight, to be honest, especially with DRS and ERS. And then hopefully we can just, thanks for moving out of the way, mate, save some fuel into turn one.
That gap ahead, please. 6.1 seconds.
Maintaining the position. That went exactly as planned. Gap to Kevin and Sainz is now under 8. I cannot tell you how tempting it is. So we set another fastest lap of the race. I can't tell you how tempting it is to try and push, continue to push.
So let's think about starting to conserve fuel, maybe lifting early into the corners.
No, that's what I was talking about. I don't know whether to push, try and get the positions, and then just hold on and save fuel. Can we make it? 10 laps to go, 7.5 seconds to Kevin. If I can just get to him, then save fuel in his DRS for a few laps, and maybe take the positions. Oh.
Laps of fuel to go, 9 laps left.
Yeah, 10 laps a race. Oh, mate, it's touch and go. We're going to try and maximise and maybe get a P8 or 9 out of this. With the fastest lap point, which we didn't have before, we were P8 with no fastest lap point, which would have been 3 points. Or 4 points. 4 points. But at the minute, we're P10 with the fastest lap point, so we're going to get 2 points. I could push and get Kevin to get 2 points plus the fastest lap point, 3 points. I don't know. It's a real tough one right now. But 2, 3 or 4 points are the potential outcomes of our Grand Prix right now. If Kevin wasn't getting pulled along by the Ferrari, I'd say we definitely catch him. I'd say we might even have caught him already. He's getting dragged by Sainz. Sat in his DRS. Got 6 laps to go, including the one we're on. And 4.8 seconds to gap.
And that's just 5 laps.
I've got so much fuel to save. I don't think I'm going to get there in time. I'll keep trying, because I've got a massive gap behind me that I can just lean on. In a minute, Max might well get Ricciardo before the end of the race. There is a... Sergio Perez has gone on at turn 1. Oh, a VSC would have been amazing. A VSC would have been incredible for me there. Sergio Perez loses some positions, but ultimately
5.1 seconds.
Won't cause the VSC that would have left us in a position to be able to make it with fuel to the end of the race, whilst also gaining the positions. We're going to keep our fastest lap to the end, I'm pretty sure. But with 5 laps to go, I think it's just going to be too much to ask. It's 3.6 seconds. If I can just get there and sit in DRS, then maybe we might be able to pick something off. Oh, God, I'm torn. I'm really torn. As it stands, I think I'm going to finish P10 by having to just have a super slow final lap. Max is right with Daniel Ricciardo now. So I think Ricciardo will get lapped. And I can just coast home in low fuel mode, or just basically stop and let Max through with a lap to go and end the race without having the opportunity to catch those in front. It's probably really, really silly to keep pushing right now. With the gap coming down the way it is. Ah! They're there, they're right there. Please come back here. I need to save half a lap's worth of fuel. Come back. Max is through on Daniel. Kevin's trying for P8. Kevin is going for it on Carlos Sainz with a DRS. Go on, Kev! Slow him up! So we can, if needs be, if we really want to pull the trigger and say we're not going to do it, I can just coast home in low fuel mode and we will finish the race in P10 and get a point for that and a point for the fastest lap. Please let me close the gap. Not gonna happen, is it? Not gonna happen. To get so tantalisingly close and probably now have to call it. Oh, it's a real pain in the proverbial backside, but I am gonna have to call it. We've given it a hell of a shot to try and get back to P8. It's not going to work.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Yeah, I'm going to have to stop chasing and save fuel on this final couple of laps. I could ultimately save enough fuel here to drop back and let Max through at the end of this lap, and then cross the line and get our P10 finish before Sainz and Magnussen actually end the race. I'm going to have to let them go. We gave it a hell of an effort. We probably would have not finished. If we'd have stayed on the previous set of medium tyres, we wouldn't have finished any higher than where we are now anyway. We were being caught by Carlos Sainz. He was bringing Kevin Magnussen with him, and our tyres would have just gotten worse and worse and worse as the race went on. So I had no choice really but to make the stop. We could not have anticipated that everybody on lap 19 was going to go to the hard tyre and take it to the end. That was nowhere near the forefront of my mind. I absolutely thought that everyone was going to do a two-stop from where they boxed. Hence our decision to go to the medium tyre. We're going to let Max through here on the line, basically. Max will now win the race. We will finish our race. Oh, GG's. GG's. We gave it a hell of an effort. P10 with the fastest lap point. 2 points was probably the most we were going to get. If I hadn't have boxed, I probably would have finished 10th without the fastest lap point. So we take arguably an extra point to what we probably would have gotten if we'd have powered on. So we have to be happy. After starting at the back, we have to be happy with the 2 point haul. Double points finish for Haas again. Another 4 points for the tally. We might go up to 75 rated here, maybe, with everything going up here. We have indeed gone up to 75 rated. Lovely. Still only 52% with regards the recognition compared to Kevin Magnussen. A new perk unlocked for the manufacturing. Only the one, but what is it? Failure chance of all upgrades reduced by 30% in the aero department. Lovely. Just what we need at this stage of the season, because the aero package is poor. So fingers crossed, more aero package upgrades pass. And we have to say thank you very much to Max Verstappen at his home Grand Prix for being fast enough to allow us to end the race in the manner that we did. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have made it. But we took all the risks in that race. And in the end, they didn't quite pay off. Secret meeting with Ferrari again, you say? Let's see what happens then. Up next will be the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, where we might be quite good in a straight line again. Like we were in Belgium. We could be on for a fantastic result in Monza and replicate what we did at Spa. Our performance compared to their performance... Ferrari are 3 ahead on the aero, 1 ahead on the chassis, 3 ahead on the durability, but behind on the powertrain. But that doesn't matter because they've got the same powertrain as what we've got in the Haas, so that's fine. I will continue talks with Ferrari and hope that Haas don't find out about it. Let's be honest, if they do, they can't really...
Scouring the socials and asking around.
Oh, they didn't know about it. They didn't know about it. Even if they did, they can't blame me for talking to Ferrari. Like, come on.
I know.
It's Ferrari.
Amazing.
Can we afford anything else? 520. I could do the weight reduction. That would be great. ERS 150. I can't afford weight reduction and ERS. I'll go for weight reduction. Go for weight reduction, and that should be done if it passes, of course, before the Baku Grand Prix. But you notice on the Vehicle Performance Index, our chassis is the 7th best chassis. It's only our powertrain, really, that is why we are where we are at present. We have the 7th best aero package as well. However, the best by a margin power unit. Hopefully, that upgrade passes with regards to the control electronics, and it does indeed. Good.
Okay, all the new parts have been fabricated.
Lovely.
And we're gonna have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
What's weather going to be like in Italy, though? Please don't rain at Monza. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Mixed conditions for the race. Bugger. Oh, starting dry, ending very wet. That might be an inters to full wets by the time we get there. Yikes. With regards to the performance index, we're still supposedly the 4th fastest team. Although, again, our power unit is significantly inflating our progression up that chart. But that power unit is actually going to come very handy around Spain. So, actually, we might still be on for a very good result in Spain, in Italy, regardless of that lack of competitiveness with the chassis and the aero package. I believe Italy's still one of the very few tracks that still has a bit of an issue with DRS trains, so we'll wait and see what happens on that regard. We might be in for a podium finish like we were in Spa, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to join me for the next episode. Do so. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and you won't miss out on any more of this save. Do come and join me on stream and watch every lap of every session live. Links in the description, and I will see you hopefully very soon indeed for the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. Bye-bye.